it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am back with another Rediscover Your Stash. And this is a series that I am working on with Sara Scraps, where we take a product that's been in our stash for a long time or something that we sometimes have difficulty using, and we show you guys a bunch of different ways and techniques to use it on one layout. So today we are focusing on border strips. So these are some older packages where you could buy just a bunch of strips of borders. Now you see these more on 12 by 12 pattern paper where they have like a whole bunch of them all together, or you can get them on sticker sheets. So one of our viewers requested, hey, what do I do with all of those border strips? So that's what we are tackling today, one of the requests from somebody who watches our videos. And the ones I have pulled out are from 2013, and they are from Teresa Collins. One of them is called Family Stories, and one of them is called Summer Stories. And so those are the ones that I am going to be showing you some different techniques to use on this layout today. So you saw my photo a second ago, and this was from a trip to my hometown. And it's at sunset, taken just of the bridge that there is in my hometown. And you saw me with some letters that just say escape. And so basically what I did is I took those letters and I cut them out of my background paper. And then what I am doing right now is taking a bunch of these border strips and I am putting them just on that white backer paper, and that's just got to kind of hold them all together. It's not going to show on the layout itself. And so this is one of my techniques for you today that's a little bit different. So I'm taking all those strips and I'm just stacking them together. And you see this, a lot of scrapbookers or a lot of YouTubers do this to create a background or to create a border. And I know in Sara's video, she kind of does the same technique and uses it to create some photo mats. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take this strip and it's going to go behind those letters that I cut out. So I took just a regular letter stencil, and it's an older one that I've had in my stash for a long time, back when we used to, trace all of our letters and cut them out. And so I just cut them out using my my scissors, my X-Acto knife, cut them out of these different this different background paper, and then I went around the outside and did an outline with a black pen, and then I put it on some puffy 3D adhesive so that the letters themselves stand up. And then I just went ahead and glued down that strip of border strips behind it. So this is going to create a really different and interesting title element. And so that's my first really good use of these border strips, is do something a little bit different. Create some kind of lettering or title element that's really going to stand out and make your page look different and finished. And so now what I'm doing is I'm taking the rest of that background paper and I'm just putting a little black border around the outside with a piece of pattern or a piece of colored cardstock. And that's going to kind of hold everything together. And so now what I'm showing you is one of the other border strips in this package was just a row of tickets. And so rather than leaving it as a row of tickets, I'm going to go ahead and tear each one of those apart and use them just as a piece of ephemera. So that's another really good use of these border strips. Cut them up, use them as ephemera, use them as photo mats. Find different little elements on your page. And so that's what you're going to see me work on at the top of this layout. And then the third thing I do is I create and use them just as a border element on the bottom of the page. But instead of just using them as a regular border, I'm going to stack them. And so you want to kind of look at your border strips in a different way. How can they be sized, or what sizes do you have? If you have different sizes or different edging, how can you stack them together to create a different look? So that one on the bottom, I just took, the black one had numbers on it, and I just covered up the numbers, and it gave me that scalloped edge. And then I just put memories, a different border strip over the top, and it created a really different look. So it gave me some different layers, some dimension, and it was super, super simple and easy. So now I grabbed some pattern paper from one of my 6x6 paper pads, and I'm just creating some mats behind my photo. And so I pulled in the pink elements from my border strip, as well as some navy blue polka dot that kind of matches that navy blue strip. And then I'm taking another one of my border pieces that came out of that border pack, and I'm using it to create another layer of matting at the top of my photo. So that's also a really good thing. These border strips don't have to stay 12 by 12. Cut them apart, make them different, use them up. come up with all these different ways to kind of arrange things. And that's what I'm doing throughout this layout. How can I incorporate all of these different border strips in kind of a unique way? So we have our stacked border down there on the bottom that created some added dimension. We have the border that we're using for a photo mat up at the top, as well as those tags that we cut apart to just be ephemera. And then we also have this really neat title element where we've created this 3D title with all different kinds of strips that looks really, really detailed and time consuming, but was actually really a quick look to create. So to go ahead and finish out this layout, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some tissue paper layers behind my photo. This kind of creates a softness that goes with the rest of the look that I have going, and also gives it some extra dimension to make the photo stand out in addition to that focal point of the title. And that's just going to go up there in the top part of the page. And then I found these puffy sticker letters, or a word that says serene, and I'm going to add that in that top corner. And then you see me just playing with some little ephemera pieces, and these are from Crepe Paper Wonder. And the colors just worked perfectly with the border strips that I had pulled out. So I'm going to add those little flower elements in the corners, and then I go back in the bottom left and add a chipboard piece from that same collection. And then I finish it off with some Color Shine Mist, and that's really it. It's a super simple layout that makes a big impact because of how we have used border strips. And I really hope that I've showed you something new and you are inspired to dig in your stash, grab those border strips or those border stickers, and get creating. Bye!